What's going on, guys? It's Digimon TCG coming to you with another Market Watch. Now, it's been a few days since EX3 was released, and we're going to go over EX3 itself as well as take a look at the market and see if there's any changes on some of the cards I'm pulling up just to see if there's something you may want to consider investing in for this set or for future sets. With that said, please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts below, and let's get into the Market Watch. So, starting the thing off, let's call some winners and from losers out of the alt arts and the high end of EX3. So I would say Xmon over here. Hina, I think, is a winner. I think Hydramon is a winner. And honestly, I think the Dracomon is a winner. And we're all winners, but some win more than others. And Examon definitely is winning a lot more than the other decks in here. So Examon here is selling for about $55, $47.99 for the regular art. Honestly, with a $7 difference, I'd probably go for the alternate art just for the main fact that those usually seem to have better hold and value rather than the regular arts. Now, luckily, I was able to get my hands on the alt arts and the regular arts and have a playset combined with the 2 and 2. So I definitely think that the Examon is itself a winner. The deck is definitely viable, really powerful. I actually played it at a locals tournament, and even though it was only 4 rounds, I was able to go undefeated with it, and it was pretty good. And I just to put it in perspective, I did face two blue flares, a Gallantmon deck, and oh my god, what was the last type of deck I faced? It'll come to me. But anyway, those were like the main decks that I faced. Oh, an Adjustmon deck. That's what the other one was. So I do think it does have some competitive viability. I just still have to test it against like Metal Garurumon and things like that to see how well it does. But definitely a very powerful deck indeed. Imperial Fighter Mode, I really wouldn't call this a winner, just for the fact like it looks like a fun card, and I really love the mechanic. I was very excited for Imperial Fighter Mode to play it, but the only thing is with this deck, it's just a little inconsistent against decks that are able to kind of bounce it or get rid of it within like a turn or so. And it takes a lot of setup to do as well. So it is a fun deck, but it's not necessarily a good deck to bring to like a regionals or high level event. Hina, I think I'm just gonna open the artwork here. I really like Hina. This is a very powerful card for the deck. The deck itself is actually kind of scary. The fact that you could stun your opponent's turn by saying you can't Digivolve or play Digimon itself is very powerful. But also for the fact that Hina has the ability to turn on play into Digivolution skills, it's just very powerful. We see over here the her Digimon in the back as well. I don't know if these are all her Digimon. I know that Lovamon is absolutely, but I think it's Agumon and then Gaomon over here, and then Terriermon and Tokomon in the back there. I don't know if there's anyone else I'm missing, but I just really love this artwork, and it's definitely one if you're a collector like me, you want in your collection. Hydramon, I think, is another good win from this. Even though it is only $25, I think that you should be looking at this card and seeing if you want to pick up copies of it, because it is actually a pretty powerful card to play. And the fact that it's going to be a tier 1 deck once we get some results in from EX3 play may up this price. So if you're looking to pick this up, I would pick it up now. Everything else is pretty affordable. Honestly, if you were just a collector like me and you're just trying to get everything, spend $50. Get like your Dobrikmon, your Dark Dramon, your Praedramon. I mean, when you think about like a box, like what do you get at box and you get the super rares and you have 3 alt arts. Well, if you buy one Slayer Dramon, one Chaos Dramon, and one Dark Dramon, that's $30, and you've gotten your secret rares. So if you were to add in one Break Dramon, one Dobrikmon, and one Volcan Dramon, guess what? That is $60 for getting 6 alternate arts. If you're just looking to pick up the alternate arts. If you are looking to get like the bigger guys, of course, you could always chance getting a $75 box or even a case for 800, and try to pull everything from it. But I definitely think this is a little bit of a mid set. But it is definitely a fun set. So with that said, let's get into the other cards here. Death X, I want to just bring up. It's $110, $120, very easily after a few buys. over here. It's going to be used, I think, all the way up to BT 11 in the natural national season. Unless they hit it. I mean, keep in mind that Ice Wall was hit, I think, in February of this year. So that might be around the time that we see something happen. And if everyone's abusing Death X and just throwing into different decks, it may get hit, it may not get hit. Honestly, I think people usually play 1 to 2 copies, so I would expect it to be possibly banned or just fully limited to one. But I definitely think that this is a crazy card to play in a lot of different decks. And it's splashable in practically every color, so that's that. Agumon over here. Now, I don't know really why it's as high as it is. It's going for $55 almost. Um, I know that Wargreymon X has been seeing a lot more tops lately, and that could be the reason for it. And as well as like the new support coming out in BT12, I think it's believed next year. People might be looking to pick these up now and just have their playset, or if it was a buyout. But for having 16 listings and them all being over $50, I would sell my playset. If you have this, I would definitely sell. Try to make 150 on a playset, or 200 on a playset. Magnamon X, I think, is still being used in a bunch of different decks to counter some of the other decks, Grandis, Chessmon, Shoutmon decks. Those decks are still relevant, and having the ability to redirect without technically being blocked might be more relevant now than ever, because if you think about it too, um, Blue Flare might be stepping up, and Blue Flare does strip, and Blue Flare can do a lot of damage. So redirecting it to Magnamon X, even if it is stunned by chance, can be very helpful. Eismon Scatter Mode. I think this card is a good. This is a good price to pick it up because we are entering the end of the year. There aren't that many store championships. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more around my area, but once we hit like toward the end of the year, we hit 2023, then that's it. This is end of circulation. So it ends up being a collector piece that people may want to pick up for their collection. So something to keep in mind. Doraemon, I think it's still too expensive. I know it went down from like initially, months ago, from $70 to like $60, $50, then back down to about 30 after the ban list. I think it's going to continue to drop. I think it's still a really great card. It is one I'm missing, honestly, out of BT7. I'm hoping it's going to come down a little bit more, but I don't really see Alphamon being played, and if it has less play right now, then it is viable. It's like a mid-tier deck. It's something like a tier 2 deck rather than a tier 1 deck now, because they're dual Greymon hit. But this card over here, I think it'll hit $20 by end of year, so I would just be a little bit more cautious about that. Gomamon, we have the new Sea Animal deck. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Can't say the name of the boss monster. But basically, when your opponent plays a Digimon, you can play out a card from underneath it, from the stack. And Gomamon has, when it's played from a Digivolution card, you can draw 2. Really good card to in general, in my opinion. And we do know in the future we will be getting future support that does like a similar, like placing a Digimon underneath, pushing one out. In the blue hybrid support we get, thinking BT12. So something to keep in mind. You may want to consider looking to pick this up. At least 1 copy of it. I think it's a uncommon, so you can just pick up a uncommon version of it. But this is really cool, and it also reminds me of Rainbow Fishes, the attack that he has, just with the colors and in the back there. I really like that. Sakuyamon, the BT5 version of it. This is the Tamer card set 1. It is around $26. It went up like a dollar since like the last time I saw it, but I think it's actually going to continue to go down. Sakuyamon also like indirectly got hit by limiting the Sunrise Buster 1, and main mode kind of has a little bit less utility now because the whole play was to be able to play that card. It goes to the top of your security. In the future, of course, we will be getting the Marcus support next year, but I don't think that it plays this card as a top end. You could invest in it, and sure, but I would probably wait maybe 1 or 2 more weeks, see if this comes down to about the $20 mark. If it hits 20, I think that's the time you should go and get it. Lobomon, I brought these up here just to kind of show the Lobomon, which is the common version, is 50 cents here, which is actually quite expensive for a uncommon. But the one I want to talk about is the little one over here. First off, always appreciate the artwork. This looks beautiful. I love the brush, like the brush strokes that are look like this was made with. But what I really think this is going to see its time to shine in the future is going to be when we have the all four support, because there are so many blue tamers that are played, and from what I've seen, this card here is usually set at 3 or 4 copies in a deck. Of course, you could do the Kumamon as well, but having the Lobomon might also be something you want to consider taking as well. It is pretty inexpensive, and the only other hollow print that we have of a blue hybrid would be the Kumamon that comes in the event pack. So if you get lucky enough to get the event pack, that would be the other way. Marcus over here seeing a little bit of increase in price. $7 over here. Oh, it went down a little bit, but yeah, this was the $7 over here. 20 listings. This is Great Legend isn't opened up as much anymore. And we do know we get Marcus Damon support in the Greymon line, in BT12 with with a punchable Davis. Punchable Marcus. But I definitely would consider picking your copies of the box topper up for very cheap. I mean, again, this guy posted for one. From getting it from 4 different sellers, I guess like the best one would be getting Core TCG, I guess, from $8 a piece. But you can always buy the ones out that are a little cheaper than that. Um, but yeah, definitely consider that. We have Madoki over here, about $20. I think this is pretty accurate, pretty fair. It is this from premium set. Has not really seen any reprints as far as I can tell, and I don't know if they're going to come out with more. I mean, I think the point of getting the Jesmon decks and the other decks right now is pretty much past. And people might just be looking to pick these up because there aren't that many out there. We have Blackrock Greymon. I wanted to just touch upon. We do get BT 11 support for Blackrock Greymon in Blackrock Greymon X. So this might be something that we want to pick up now because it's just going to continue to rise, in my opinion. Just to see over here, let's see, it's about the same price, about $60. 22 listings, but you can see it's going to start going up. I think this is going to be pretty much what we had with our Analog Youth when it became very popular, going up to $60-$70. This is the Greymon you play at that point, so like I would definitely consider picking that up. Chimeramon, well, it's $16-$17 right now. BT8 is a good value. I think that if you were to just buy one box of BT8, I just went over Blackrock Greymon, and I went over in Chimeramon, and I'm just going to point this out too, the other Chimeramon over here. You can pull this and practically make your value back practically with just one box, and then you could sell off your Chimeramons or whatnot. It's used in a bunch of decks. It's used in Chessmon. It's used in Examon sometimes. I've seen some people play versions that include 1 or 2 copies of this. You can play it in Dark Knightmon, believe it or not, because it's very easy to do that. It's just a very good card. It gets your piece, whatever you're missing from your trash underneath it. So I would consider definitely picking that up if you have a chance. I think it's going to go up. Now, talking about Gamamon just for a quick sec. Gamamon didn't get direct support, but I want to go back here for a second, just show off this card. Dobrik over here, really crazy here. I want to read the effect. If you don't know what this card is, you can digicross it with 5 cards with different names, or with different names and different dragon traits. 5 Digimon with different names that include a dragon trait. Now, this is also kind of dragon is a short term. You have to go to world.digimoncard.com or find a source, but it also includes stuff that ends with soar, and stuff that also ends with Ceratopsian. That is it. The dragon thing over here is sort of like a mini abbreviation for all the different things here. The Ceratopsian, the Soar, the Dragon, those are also underneath the traits over there. So you can use anything with those traits, not just things that have Dragon in their traits. But this card is kind of like the new hybrid for game in a sense, because you can put 5 cards underneath it, and it reduces the cost by 2 for each, making it a 3 cost. Has Rush, and you can delete a Digimon with 13,000 DP, because it adds 2,000 to the max DP you could delete with the effect. So when you have 5 underneath it, that's 10,000 additional to 3,000, making it 13 that you can delete. So what's really cool about this card, and I'm just gonna try to find where I was right now. Sorry. Gamamon, that's where. Gamamon is, as you can see, a Ceratopsian over here, and all his Digivolutions are either like a dragon, a sky dragon. I have Wisemon coming up as one of them. And you can just kind of use these cards. So $16, you see it's going up. I think that's partially the reason. Not only we also got like the new card announced in the future, but right now, like for the ability of Kano Wisemon to give everything else, all the traits, all the activation of Gamamon and everything to the top end monster, is just very powerful. And it is kind of crazy to give something unblockable, piercing, um, gain 2,000, do additional security checks, all that stuff. Um, I wanted to talk about Blue Lormon. This card is going to shoot up in price, in my opinion. I think that right now you're getting it for a steal, but I've seen the deck play. It can pop off. It could do multiple checks. You could gain a lot of memory off of it. And I definitely would recommend picking these up now before they have a chance to increase. Kano Wisemon, I kind of mentioned it before. Using it with the Dobrik engine is just very powerful right now as it's level 6. We see the price is still $21, but the effect here is when this Digimon gains all the effects of Gamamon in their names and this Digivolution source, which is very powerful. That could give it retaliation. It could give it security +1. I don't think that includes its own effect over here because this is not considered a Gamamon card. So I don't think this gives it the same effect here. I think that this gets its effect from this. But keep in mind that if you went into this first as a regular Digivolving effect, you can also technically give everything you give to him to the next level above him. So kind of cool. I do like this card, and I might be trying out the deck as a fun deck to play. Um, Omnimon X Antibody, $25. Let's see if it changed over a few hours. 27, a little higher. Yeah, 12 listings. I mean, it's used. There is a common print. I mean, not common, a super rare print of it. I would consider picking that up if you do have a chance. Definitely. We have the Garurumon box, gift box for 2022. 17 $18. We're not getting that many right now in around the area here, but you can see here, this, don't ignore the first price here because it's $10 and $5 of shipping. We get to the first verified seller and it's $16 here. So this came out just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It is a 1 in 4 chance you're going to pick it up. And this, I would consider this to be like maybe the max rarity of it. I'm not sure. The original print was a white border, but this really looks much better with the blue outside here. If I were trying to max rarity in my deck, I might consider picking up the blue border there. Hero, promo hero. We are officially off of volume 5. I think we're close to volume 7. I think so. So volume 5. This is good. Whatever's out there is out there now. Like if you don't have yours, it's unfortunate, but yeah, $20, pretty much around the end here. When you attack with a Digimon Gamamon and its Digivolution cards, which also could be the Dobrik. Keep in mind, you can spend this Tamer to have that Digimon gain +1 security checks. I think that's kind of crazy. You have the Garurumon here. Garurumon being $20. It is technically part of the best deck in the format right now, being that of where Garurumon, Metal Garurumon X, being able to attack, draw 1. Also, just the play cost of 4. There's times when I play with friends or locals where I just drop this and I pass turn, Digivolve into the X Antibody and draw attack to gain 1. If it lives, it lives. But it doesn't, you at least get that draw 1 and you can continue your turn or extend your plays. Hammer Spark, I thought this was a pretty interesting, like, just small investment here. If we go to Kakai's Breath, I think this is the next one here is also part of it, so I'll just talk about both of them at the same time. You have the max rarity ones here of Hammer Sparks, $48, $41 for the championships print. You have the Kakai's Breaths, of course. Itself is $36, and keep in mind, I think you get 2 of each per box, so you'll get like 2. Not these are promo ones, but like the Kakaitis Breath, the Kaiser Nail. Those cards get 2 copies. So by getting one Kakaitis Breath, you're getting 2 Kakaitis, which makes $20 right there. Another $10 from the Kaiser Nail. The Hammer Sparks over here for almost $1.40 a piece. You know, I think it's definitely considerably worth it. And then you have like some older cards here, like the well, this is the event pack. I'm sorry, that's the event pack ones. Um, yeah, nothing else really too valuable in the set, honestly. But you're getting about $30 worth of stuff from just getting the Kakai's Breath plus everything else that comes in it. Hammer Sparks, of course, are always going to be staple unless they hit it at some point in the future. Um, Want to talk about Ragna just real quick. I think it's also a good penny stock. You could throw it in a bunch of decks. You can play it into Hina, the Hina deck. You can play it in a regular Ragna deck, of course, if you buy the starter. So I think it's a smart, $1 stock to put some money in. Easy $1 stock here. Lastly, we're going to talk about the Green Memory Boost. Of course, Green got a lot of support with Hydra and Bloomlord in the last couple sets, and so it is kind of taking its place as the top memory boost of the set. I definitely think so, at least. Blue is slightly behind, and I do love the fact these pictures are just so adorable. I love the fact that you have like an actual garden salad, like you have the eggs, like those are technically not vegetarian, to be fair. Or I guess vegan. Vegan is the right word, probably. Let me know if I'm wrong, please. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. But yeah, I think that is really a good pick if you are looking to max rarity your deck. Green, 29 listings, so plenty on the market right now. And yeah, the last one I kind of wanted to mention was, I guess, the Dober. Oh no, never mind. I opened that up previously. Um, yeah, so we can see here. Overall thoughts on the set. I think that it is a fun set to get. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun playing these decks. Would I take it to regional? Maybe only the Examon and the Hydramon decks, but everything else is just having fun with your friends. This is a game for fun to have fun with your friends. Never forget that. But it is a company too. Bandai does like to make money, so consider that when picking these items up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day.